Still taking the bus? My brother said it loud enough for the whole table to hear. Laughter broke out around me. Forks clinked. My father shook his head, amused. My mother sighed, embarrassed not for me, but for the fact that I dared to exist in their polished world without the gloss they demanded. I didn't answer. I chewed my food, swallowed, and smiled. That was my mistake once, answering, explaining, defending myself. Tonight I kept silent, because silence, I've learned, is a blade sharper than any retort. It wasn't always this way. I used to be the disappointment, the one without the promotion, without the house, without the designer clothes. The one who still took the bus while my siblings drove shiny cars bought half with my father's help. When I struggled, they mocked. When I succeeded, they minimized. And the cruelest betrayal? It wasn't just their words. It was how they made me believe I was less. How they laughed at my empty pockets without ever seeing how much of their success was built on my quiet sacrifices, covering their debts, loaning money that was never repaid, picking up the pieces they left behind. I had given them my loyalty. They gave me their scorn. The last time I asked for help, a small loan after my landlord raised the rent, my father's words cut deeper than my brother's mockery ever could. We don't invest in failures. Failures? That was how they saw me. Not as family, not as blood, as a cautionary tale they could laugh at over roast dinners. I remember sitting in my dark apartment, rent overdue, stomach empty, and realizing the truth. They didn't want me to rise. They needed me beneath them. That was the night I stopped asking. That was the night I started building. I worked quietly, ruthlessly. I took jobs nobody else wanted. I learned skills in the dead of night. I invested in things they mocked, because they were too blind to understand value before it gleamed in front of them. Years passed, and I grew, not loud, not flashy, just steady, silent, strategic. Every insult became fuel, every dismissal a blueprint. I promised myself, when the day came, I wouldn't tell them I'd won. I'd let them choke on the proof. The day came last month. I walked into a dealership, paid cash, not for the car they expected me to drool over, no, for something impossible for them to ignore, a machine that whispered luxury and screamed power. It wasn't about the car, it was about the silence that would follow once they saw it. And I bought more than a car. I bought the apartment too. The kind of place with glass walls that caught the city lights, marble floors that echoed power, and a view that swallowed the skyline whole. No loans, no handouts, no signatures from my father. Every cent was mine. I planned my reveal like a final act. All I had to do was wait for the right moment. The family dinner was the stage. My brother's taunt was the cue. I let him have his laugh, let them all think I was still beneath them. Then, when the night ended, I walked them out to the driveway. That's when they saw it. Parked beneath the dim light, gleaming black, every curve radiating quiet authority. The laughter stopped. My father's voice cracked first. It costs at least $250,000. I smiled, calm, controlled. Closer to 3, actually, but you haven't seen my apartment yet. The silence that followed was heavy, delicious. My brother's smirk dissolved. My mother's hand gripped my father's arm. I didn't need to say more. The car spoke for me. The apartment was waiting for the encore. The next day, my phone exploded. Calls, messages, missed notifications. Suddenly, the family that had forgotten me existed wanted to know everything. Why didn't you tell us? When did you buy it? You should have let us help you choose. Your father wants to see the apartment. Help me choose? See the apartment? Now they want it in when all they ever gave was out? I ignored most of the calls, answered one or two, just to let my silence drip through the line. Because silence, again, is sharper than words. And when my father's number appeared on the screen for the 5th time, I finally picked up. "Son," he said, voice softer than I'd ever heard, "we're proud of you." I almost laughed. Proud? Pride implies belief. They didn't believe in me. They believed I was nothing, until I proved I was everything. So I gave him my final line. Quiet, sharp, irrefutable. "No, Dad, your surprise." Then I hung up. I drive that car every day, not for speed, not for luxury, but for the silence it brings when people who once mocked me see me glide past. And in the reflection of the glass walls of my apartment, I see the truth. I didn't win because I proved them wrong. I won because I stopped needing to prove anything at all.